Reports circulating in Catalonia paint a dramatic picture. Barcelona, still wrestling with registration headaches and the residue of last summer's financial balancing acts, is reported to be considering a roughly €200 million operation in 2026, aimed at two marquee additions. The numbers alone are startling. Two world-class names. A high-caliber striker to take the long-term scoring burden, and a left-footed centre-back to give stability and ball-playing quality. But the headline figure is only the first of a dozen puzzles. Context matters. This is not a neutral transfer plan, but one that, according to insiders, doubles as a political statement. 2026 is an election year at the club, and any major sports decision made before the vote will inevitably be read as part sporting ambition. Part campaign signal. Supporters will cheer the intent, opponents will scrutinise the arithmetic. How does the club, still shadowed by registration constraints and the spectre of fair play rules, plan to pull this off? The answer, if the leaks are accurate, is a mixture of strategic sales, careful wage restructuring, and the hope that contractual conditions in other clubs will open doors at the right moment. One name that keeps surfacing in the conversations is a marquee striker profile. A player who can step into a goal-scoring role long-term as the club plans for the post-Lewandowski era. And another is a left-footed central defender whose distribution, composure and age profile match the club's tactical blueprint. Those profiles explain the attraction. A forward who can relieve pressure on the team's attacking dynamics, and a defender able to start build-outs and anchor the backline. But every desirable profile has its price and its practical obstacles. Inter Milan, for example, have rarely been easy negotiating partners when a key defender is involved. Contracts, renewal talks, and European ambitions can all conspire against the transfer. Likewise, any forward in the market with a proven goals record will attract competition and come with wage demands that must be reconciled with Barca's existing wage bill. The most candid voices inside the club acknowledge this openly. The plan, if it is to be realised, will require one or more major sales to open salary space and produce transfer funds. The name most often mentioned in these speculative scenarios is Ronald Araujo, a player whose value on the market could, in theory, generate the kind of sale income needed. But naming a candidate also highlights the human cost of a strategy like this. Sell a homegrown pillar, critics will ask, and what message does that send to the dressing room and to fans who prize identity? Time is another enemy. Even a clean financial plan can stall against contractual deadlines, renewal races, and the simple arithmetic of negotiation windows. A player's contract entering a critical stage in 2026 might ease a deal, or it might prompt the selling club to harden its stance and demand an inflated fee. Political timing only adds a further layer. For a president planning to secure his project ahead of an election, a successful pair of signings would be an irresistible proof point. A botched attempt or a forced sale of a beloved player could be ammunition for rivals. That tension is the drama at the heart of these reports. Ambition and optics pulling against dossier numbers and accounting notes. On the sporting side, the payoff could be clear. Rejuvenated balance. A forward line with longevity. Defence with left-sided control and passing range. On the financial side, the risks are equally concrete. An oversized outlay that fails to convert into consistent results, or a sale that weakens the squad in ways the board did not fully predict. For supporters watching this unfold, every rumour will be passed for truth. Which two names are realistic targets? Who must leave to make room? And whether the club's directors can thread the needle between football strategy and fiscal reality. For now, it reads like a high-stakes chess move, Laporta manoeuvring pieces before a vote, using ambition as a lever. And the critical question remains less about desire than about delivery. Can Barcelona convert this bold reported plan into tangible signings without unravelling the fragile book balance that still needs attention? Or will the arithmetic of contracts and the pressure of an election year force scaled-back ambitions and difficult compromises? The coming months and the next transfer window are likely to answer that. Either a reinvigorated Barca squad will emerge, built on the back of canny sales and two shrewd arrivals, or the club will discover that the distance between headline ambition and accounting reality is longer and steeper than anyone first imagined.